It's almost 10 years since this military sandbox game came out, and it still has no real competitor in the gaming space. To this day, it has one of the most healthy player bases and active communities on Steam. I'm of course talking about Arma 3. But there was a time when Arma had a direct competitor. There was another company and a game series that went head to head with Arma. To know what happened, we have to go back in time, all the way back to the early 2000s.
1 o'clock, target 200. 2 o'clock, man, 200.
We have to go back to when Arma was Operation Flashpoint. You see, the developers, Bohemia Interactive, broke away from its previous publisher and it became independent. They would keep on working on what we know today as the Arma series, the spiritual successor to Operation Flashpoint. But Bohemia Interactive couldn't keep the Operation Flashpoint name, as that belonged to the publisher they used to work with, Codemasters. Codemasters would try to capitalize on the success of Operation Flashpoint and would go on to try and develop the direct competitor to Arma. Codemasters created Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising and they published it in 2009, and it was a standalone sequel to Bohemia's work. Dragon Rising had a full campaign, and on PC it even had an editor. It also bolstered a co-op campaign for 4 people as well as multiplayer PvP multiplayer game modes. Dragon Rising was successful enough in sales to warrant a sequel with Operation Flashpoint Red River in 2011. But we don't see any more Operation Flashpoints after 2011. Now why did Codemasters fail and Bohemia succeed? Because Arma 2 was released at the same time as Dragon Rising, but they had 2 very different approaches. Arma, like its predecessors, had extensive support for modding and was a PC focused game. As for Dragon Rising, they did not, for some reason, want players creating mods and was focused on a multi-platform release. Other key differences was multiplayer server capacity. Whereas Dragon Rising only supported 32 players on PC, Arma servers would go up to 100 if they could. Codemasters did not have any dedicated servers, only official servers. Ironically, many of the things that would have made Codemasters highly competitive could be fixed by the modders they blocked out. Arma 2 had by 2015 sold as many as 2.3 million copies, massively outselling Codemasters, much thanks to the modding scene. Another contributing factor was the birth of DayZ. DayZ was a mod created by former Bohemia Interactive developer at the time, Dean Hall. DayZ became a phenomenon, and it definitely influenced the sales of Arma 2. Why Codemasters went for the more casual route has to be understood within the context of the time it was developed. Just 2 years prior, Call of Duty Modern Warfare had taken the gaming world by storm, and Modern Warfare 2 was also released the same year as Arma 2 and Dragon Rising. Codemasters saw what the current trend was, and with a AAA mindset they made their sequel, Red River, more like Call of Duty and failed to deliver the same qualities as their Battlefield and Call of Duty counterparts.
Simulation is, I wouldn't go as far as say it's a dirty word in the Flashpoint studio, but we certainly banned everyone from using it. Banned everyone from using it.
At the same time, it failed its military sandbox origins and alienated most of its core player base with those corporate decisions. Operation Flashpoint was in a void between 2 different genres. They ultimately cut the online support for the official multiplayer as early as 2012, only a year after Red River's release, but some modders have since tried to keep it alive. At the time, Bohemia Interactive stuck with the original recipe, a highly modifiable tactical shooter that appealed to the fans of the original games. Codemasters never released another Operation Flashpoint game. Probably in an alternate universe, Codemasters would not have been so greedy and may have supported mods and community-driven content and supported that. We may even have seen a proper fight for the throne between the 2 companies. Bohemia Interactive went on to publish Arma 3 in 2013, and Arma 3 has since been the most successful Arma game by a mile. And it is much thanks to the focus on community and content creation. This is why we still play Arma 3 10 years later. Since 2011 there has been other games, but no real direct competitor. Games like Squad and Insurgency all focus on different aspects of the tactical shooter genre. No one has yet to match Arma 3 in scope and size. It's been 10 years of monopoly, but who knows, maybe somewhere a competitor is being developed and will challenge Arma. We have to wait and see. But that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you press the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. My name is Seb, and from me to you, stay safe.